Well, look, I'm just like this. Everyone wants to talk about me in Florida. I mean, like, I'm just sitting here, little old me, doing my job. I can just tell you this. I was born and raised in this state, and until the last few years, I rarely, if ever, saw a California license plate in the state of Florida. You now see a lot of them. I can tell you, if you go to California, you ain't seeing very many Florida license plates.
There is so much that people demanded and asked for and ordered in that election in 2020 that has actually been delivered. And there's no question there's more to do.
To them.
But just to follow up really quickly here, is this sort of like a wait-and-see approach here for the American people? Right now, there's no details, no concrete steps until the Department of Health and Human Services releases that in 30 days?
No. The secretary, I know it feels frustrating because we're taking action and then asking for more action.
I'm a little still confused about what the order actually does. It says here that it directs Mr. Becerra to develop a report identifying potential actions, to consider updates to guidances, it directs the chair of the Federal Trade Commission to consider actions. It asks Mr. Becerra to consider actions about protecting information. It talks about protecting the sort of safety of people, but it doesn't say how. I mean, how is any of this actually doing the things that you say it's doing, or isn't it just repeating what the president said 2 weeks ago that he wanted to do, but has already, both he and Mr. Becerra have both said their sort of hands are tied. I think Mr. Becerra's comment was that there's no silver bullet here. So, I mean, what is it actually going to do tomorrow?
The first is through the Federal Trade Commission.
But it doesn't actually do anything. It says it asks the Federal Trade Commissioner to consider actions.
Yes,
right?
so the Federal Trade Commission.
What actions do you want him to do?
The Federal Trade Commission is obviously an independent agency, so the president can't compel them, which is why the words of the executive order are to consider. They have to make their own enforcement decisions, and obviously certainly not me, but the president can't compel them to bring any sort of enforcement action.
And the second piece is the HHS secretary. He's not an independent agent. So why are you just directing him to consider actions? And what actions do you want him to consider?
So what the executive order asks the secretary to do is come back within 30 days with a plan.
You guys know what policies you would like them to clarify?
Just what I said.
But I mean, specifically?
They're the experts, and so they will make a determination and then release a policy statement.
Democratic senators have praised the president's executive order today, but say that he should be doing more. What else is the White House planning on doing, and does the president believe that he can do any more on this issue?
So the president, you heard him speak very passionately today. He is going to continue to do everything that he can, the legal authority that he has, to continue to work and make sure that we look at all options. It doesn't end today. All of this kind of began on the day that the Dobbs decision was made. But he's been also very clear. Like I said, you heard him today. The way to really address this is for people to make sure that their voices are heard at the ballot box.
Does that suggest that he believes that he doesn't have any more legal authority to act on this issue?
No, he said he's going to. We have continued to say he's going to look at every option that he has. But look, here's what we saw, right? We heard him say that what the SCOTUS decision was not driven by the Constitution. It was driven by an extreme raw political power, a decision that was made. He disagrees with that decision. He thinks it's extreme. We have to be sure, and we continue. He wants to be straight with the American people. And if you look at what's going to happen across the board, if you look at what national Republicans are saying, they're asking or going to go for a national ban. So our work now is he's going to, again, continue to do the work that he can from here, but also call on Congress to act. If they cannot, we have to make sure that people's voices are heard at the ballot box. We're looking at all options. Everything is on the table. We have talked about how, while this is a idea but again, everything is on the table. He's going to do everything that he can from whatever legal authority that he has to make sure that we